I'm going to be streaming in a moment. I just need to to make sure that it's working. I always do a test whenever I start filming for the day. Okay, I'm guessing that it's working. We're going to find out in a few minutes, aren't we? Okay, so let's get into a game. I'm trying to figure out which tank, the Chaffee. Okay, we're going for the gun mark on this ELC. I only need like 3 games to get the gun mark. I'll be back in a moment. Destroy 5 enemy vehicles and 2,000 damage, 1,800 spot. So the spot for me is easy. This vehicle not good for damage. Obviously, I could do it. But for that type of a mission, you want to do it in tier 10. Got an issue with my vision. Got my hands off the keyboard right now. I live in the Philippines. It's like 90 degrees. It's early in the morning. And because of that, sometimes my eyes get dry. Also from all the alcohol that I drink. You see how I broke through that fence? That's one of the things you want to remember when you play SPG, because you can literally check to see if a player broke the fence to know if he's parked right there in the bush. So I got 682 damage, and I know but actually it's not so bad to get 700 damage. I'm literally at halfway to my goal of averaging 2,000 combined for the game. So I actually did an amazing thing. I'm a super player. And it only cost me 75% of my hit points, which is a pretty good deal. You notice I wasn't spotted because you're a lot smarter than I am. You have really good perception. Yeah, what happened was on the way, you know what? I had my hands off the keyboard, and one of those losers over there in the middle spotted me, and I didn't take necessarily the fastest route. Oh, Scorpion. So I do have to play a little bit more conservatively. I'm going to back up a little bit. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. But, if there's a tree right there, back up and use the tree to cover for you. It's a smart thing to do because he's not going to spot you through that bush right there. Use your brain. Use your brain, buddy. That guy didn't spot me because he sucks. I'm assuming that you know what, there's a chance I don't have Sixth Sense on this tank because the French have wheeled vehicles, which means that I use them in the frontline game mode. And when I'm frontlining, I don't use Sixth Sense. That's how smart I am. It's I use Seventh Sense, which is cheat mods. Well, that would have been beautiful if this tank weren't a piece of garbage. So the ISU could take out that CS-52. I really want to avoid combat. The enemy's not advancing, and Jessica Simpson can't wrap. See, that's an original joke. I made it up myself. Okay, so I gotta find tanks to spot. I'm either going to spot for the ISU. Maybe it's better for me to spot over here, but if not, I'm going to go back and spot for the ISU. Normally what you're going to do is you're going to fire your guns, and while you're reloading, you go somewhere else and spot somewhere else, and then keep repeating. I'm up to 1900 spot damage. It's pretty good. 682 damage. Probably got a high score already. This is a great place to snipe and spot. Okay, I'm going to do something dangerous because I'm getting bored. ISU 152, he's got to have a good gun, right? So we're going to do some good gun support. That's another great snipe hull down position also. I'm just going to come up over here, risk my life. Oh. So you notice I didn't see anything. He's definitely going to come after me, so I'm pretty much dead. Going to do the zigzag. Ooh, zigzag, zigzag. Zig-a-zag. Zigzag is actually a French word. Oh, good. Lanson's going in. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you saw the gun jump around. That's from my lag and latency. So all that time, I didn't really get any additional spotting or anything. You know, you just, look at the positioning on the minimap, and you can say, well, that ISU, he might not shoot at the tanks I spot. So why spot them? You're only spotting them for intelligence to make yourself a little smarter, you know, have a little bit of a bigger brain. And I get bored playing. You know, I don't play as if it's a clan battle. When I play in a clan battle, I play a different strategy. When I play here, I'm like, I'm bored. I'm going to go in and shoot at someone. Fire my gun. Yeah. Yeah. "30-second reload." I don't know if I want to reload right now. The enemy is hit. Oh, you know what? I don't have any ammo. Oh. Yeah, I screwed that up. But you know what? When you think about it, MLG McUgly has only got 72 hit points, and the T2684 super pressure T26E4 only had 1 hit point, so I lost out on 73 hit points. So what you do in this case is you file a complaint with Wargaming, or you go and bitch in the forums. Is even better. And then a-holes like I don't know. I really don't hate people. There's an a-hole that I want to badmouth, but you know I don't want to start anything. I can make up a name. I only do it for the comedic value. Okay, usually if I get like 800, I click the thingy over here. This number is a little bit low for me. 2200. Let's see what it is. It says times 3. It's 731 times 3. Or is it this times 2? 1097. It looks like this times 2. I guess it's both. Oh, and we are streaming. That's the ELC even 90. That is 1900 spot. The map is Fisherman's Bay. So the gun mark should have gone up 62%. So as I said, if I have 3 similar games, I get the gun mark. How the hell did that happen? And if I get 1 or 2 good games, I'd have to have 1 spectacular game. 2 good games or 3 average games, and I'll get the gun mark for this vehicle. And then I'll rub it in everyone's face. I think what they did is they just took a little French car and they put a gun on top. That's probably one of the most menacing tanks ever invented. This vehicle is the ELC Even 90. This is a French Tier 8 light tank. The map is Sand River. I actually enjoy this map. I had one of my best games on this map where I parked in that bush over there and I spotted 13 enemy tanks, and I had the enemy spotted the whole game. It's on my account. It's one of the best battles ever. And we decimated them. We just absolutely destroyed them. Like, they couldn't move. They were just pinned down. Anytime they moved, you know, we knew where they were anyway. So I'm going to stay behind the dune. I'm looking at all those red dots over there. And there's no SPG. Look at that sucker over there. Hey, I got 67 spot damage. That's pretty cool. Put that in the bank. This is the Russian Tier 10. You can literally just snapshot whenever you want. You just point, click, and you hit the tank. You can't do that with this tank. Oh, you gonna miss? Oh, it looks like you did. So that was 2 misses. Suck. You cheated. I have that tank. I want it. Really, on Sand River, you should be playing in the south. You're just wasting your time up in the north. I think this one I need a gun mark. Wait a second. I had the cash one. Okay. I'm really pissed off because I didn't have Diet Coke at the supermarket today. And by today, I mean yesterday. They had Coke Zero. Diet Coke is better. But I did get McDonald's. You know what happened? I ordered my McDonald's, and I get 2 large Cokes. Because, you know, I don't like down it right away. And it's so effing hot over here. You gotta drink cold drink, and I forgot to drink one of them. Just sat on the floor next to my computer with the rest of the garbage. Oh, I see I got a visitor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This vehicle is the LT-432. This is a Russian Tier 8 light tank, and the map is Mannerheim Line, which used to be known as Arctic Region, but they literally moved the region to a new location. Oh, look at that. I was able to spot that tank all the way out there. That's actually pretty cool. Oh, no, don't spot me. Okay, I was going to run out, but look what I did. I changed my mind. Going to zip across, make it harder for him to hit me. Going to head this way. Oh, I'll park over here for a while. What I was going to do is drive through there and then come around this way and come back up. Oh. So when you do this, you really want to check to see if you've got sniper support first. You see that I did get that artillery shot. I do have good frontal armor, so I'm pointing the corner of my tank towards that guy. Oh! Nice, thank you. Good job, buddy. What do you think is going to happen? Come on. Yep. Very well thunk. Little bit of lag. Little bit of love. Wang Chung tonight. Come on. I don't know if that sniper's doing anything. I didn't see him fire a single shot. I don't know a lot about this vehicle, but I know I'm going to ram it. Yeah, the Skoda isn't doing anything for me. Oh, you effing shitbag. Thanks a lot, Skoda. You're a good teammate. I have to wait to see who dies. Okay, so I did 1,200 damage, which is the highest I've ever done. Man, it's so hot in here. Even with the fan on. LT-432, that was, 1,200 damage, and that was Mannerheim Line. My back hurts, too. 7:20 a.m. Looks like maybe I have a crew book. It says 2 crew books. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's Russia. Yeah, I got 2 for Russia. Amazing, I got something for Russia. Huh. Got two crew book. One of them came from the Battle Pass, and the other one came from the daily mission. But I really appreciate it. It's nice to have an extra 20,000. You know, that could be 5 to 10 games or more, depending on what type of vehicle it is, etc., 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 etc. When you don't do a good job in the game and you're working for gun marks, it is going to make it more difficult to get the third gun mark, because you got to be super competitive to get the third gun mark. You know, you're going up against all the gold spammers. And I'm trying to get my crew to be as good as possible. This vehicle is the ELC Even 90. This is a French Tier 8 light tank, and that guy's an a-hole. What an effing... Thanks a lot, buddy. Oh, you're going to snipe at the tanks I spawned? Good job. You're super smart. Oh, okay, so if you play this vehicle, the ELC Even 90, you will get rammed by your teammates at the start of the game all the time. Nice. See how they cheated? So I usually spot where these two rocks are because you got hardness on both sides. I want to snipe at that guy. He's outside of spotting range. Watch this amazing accuracy. Oh. You know, it's not the greatest what I did, but that's actually pretty cool. I see a T-26E. Look at that amazing turning ability. I see a T-26E4. It looks like I won't be able to hit him unless I engage in a gun elevation maneuver. So that's what I'm going to do. And even just spotting him could work out really well for me. He's got to be right there. When you do a dangerous spotting run, obviously you want to be near the buildings. His armor is not that great. It's only doubled up and superior to all other similar tanks. So I did get some spotting damage. It looks like I got 360 spotting damage. We are losing. The score is 2-6. You can spot from over here because, believe it or not, depending on where you are, your allies on the ridge behind you, they can actually shoot at some of the vehicles on the other side. So go for it, buddy. No. You see I got spotting damage on the TS5? That would have been the shot of the game. I'm targeting him so that I get the additional seconds of from the designated target, the additional seconds of spotting time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire 3 laser accurate shots, take him out of the game. There goes shot laser accuracy number 1. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call this why don't we run maneuver. These guys really need me to spot, and I need to get some to eat. So we're going to have to fight over this. Yeah, you suck. Stop moving. Come on. Come on, man. Oh, French versus Germans. This could be a good time to reload, but I'm not so bright. I gotta wear shades. Okay, I'm going for the reload. I'm strongly considering pulling back. I'm the type of guy that I pull out real fast and frequently. That's my modus operandus. Oh, this is sad over here. This guy's going to get beaten. Okay. My sixth sense didn't go off. Okay, so that means that I don't have sixth sense. Going to do some zigzagging. We got to support the WZ, so I got to find targets that he can shoot at. Looking for lots of solid objects. If I had one more second, I would have weaved behind the dead tank, swung around, killed the Progetto, spotted the Burask. The SU would have killed the Burask. The WZ would have killed the T-44. I would have hunted down the enemy SPG, and then I would have hunted down the Kananen Jagdpanzer 105, and we would have won the game. So I did get 700 damage, and I got 1,200 spotting. That's actually going to be pretty good towards my first gun mark. It's at like 62% or something, so I expect it to go up to 63. No, it's going to go up to like 62.5%. I'm what you call a half percenter. Oh, look at that. He's got 3 gun marks. That means that he could easily take these guys out with one shot. I have a new gun mark idea, which is 2 additional gun marks averaged over 500 games, so that you really got to be one of the top players. I also have, what was it called? Marks of Dishonor was another idea I had. Oh, somebody bumped them. So the Mark of Dishonor would be for dishonorable gameplay. They better incorporate it in the game. I am going to get a gun mark, so if you watch for another 10 minutes to 50 minutes, you'll see me achieve a gun mark on this vehicle. 61.5%. I don't know, it was just at 61.5. That was 1,200 spotting. One thing about this vehicle is so I use the fuel consumable to increase the speed. And you notice I don't play with gold rounds. If you watch me play, you know that I don't play with gold rounds. Oh, I do have sixth sense. You know what? Because of my latency and packet loss, it doesn't go off all the time. It's just fact. Them are facts. You see, I got 3,000 gold. Quickie Baby has 450,000 gold. Can you believe that? 450,000 gold. I guess once you get every premium tank and you train all your crew properly, what do you need gold for? That's why I'm going to announce the gold giveaway. I'm going to give all of my gold away to whoever's listening to this stream right now. You get all 2,947. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to rush out to a spotting position. It's dangerous for this tank because you get rammed easily, but the issue with the spotting position is that you can spot the vehicles as they're coming around over here, and your allies, super intelligent, are going to spot at them, and you're going to get killer damage every game reliably. This vehicle is the ELC Even 90. This is a French Tier 8 light tank. The map is Pilsen. You know, this was a mistake. I should not have gone that way. You want to be close to the enemy unless you're an Unicum or a stat patter. So I'm trying to get close to the enemy as I ride out here because I want to spot whatever I can, even though my allies are not going to shoot at it. And because I love to have fun playing, I'm going to do a little bit of a jump. Oh. Oh, yeah. So over here, I could spot invisibly without being spotted anybody that crosses over there. You don't have to do it from that spot. It looks like they changed the terrain. Just shut up. See that amazing shot I did? I've got a little bit of support. Look at that jump. I am reloading. I know that some of you might not like corridor maps. There's another game called Armored Warfare, and it was okay to play. But the last time I played it, it's all corridor maps. And they totally corridorize it. You literally got to play in the order that they tell you to play. Like, you go here, you shoot at somebody, you follow through a corridor, you go there, shoot at somebody. It's totally corridorized. Ah! Okay, so I screwed that up. But I nailed them well. I'm going to go for the reload. Somebody died. You know, the Lynx died. Hey, Jumpy. Hey, Jumpy. Hey, Jumpy. Well, if you watch me play Frontline, you'll see a lot of jumping. I do jumps off the highest cliffs because I equip my vehicles to have the best suspensions. Oh. Yeah, so I made a mistake. When you approach a hill that you're going to climb, and there's a chance that the enemy might spot you, you don't want to climb the hill. You don't want to crest the hill where you climb the hill, is what I'm trying to say. So you might be heading this way, and then you got to turn at the last second, and then their aim is off. Their aim is in the, see what I'm talking about? That's exactly what it was. That was a perfect example. My examples are always perfect. I did get 200 damage and 1,000 spotting damage. You don't want to keep going up the same spot. Like, you go up here, and then you got to reposition. Go here, then here. I need him to come more this way. What he's doing is not working for me. See, we got that WZ out there. That would have been nice. F you, man. I did get 551 spotting damage, so that makes it worth it. But I also would have gotten the 551 if I stayed alive, so that means that was shit. Okay, that's the game. Amazing. Amazing. 1600 spot. I gotta play better. The closer I get to the third gun mark, obviously the better I'm going to play. You're going to get to see it live. So this vehicle is also going to get a gun mark. It usually takes me 50 games to get a gun mark on a tank. And then maybe 85 to get the second gun mark. I don't know if I have any tanks with 3 gun marks. And the reason why is because it starts to slow down. You know, you've got to... takes more games to get the third gun mark. So I'm like, why don't I just work on these other vehicles first? Get the 1s and the 2s. And then level up the crew. And then get the go for the third gun marks when my crews are better. This is a good hit and run map for light tanks. Three, two, one. Okay, so this is the LT-432. This is a Russian Tier 8 light tank. The map is Sand River. A lot of light tank players, they come out here and spot. It's really not strategic at all. You almost never get any spotting damage from it. You're really just doing it to get intelligence. And I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's, if you do it, you're a liar. See an amazing auto aim. So let's see if we could try a new technique. One of the things that I do, I've obviously done this before, is I go over here and I drive over here. So basically, as you make your approach, they can't shoot at you. Because you're behind the slope. So I don't usually do it with light tanks, but I do it with other tanks. It's wiser to go after the enemy on the downhill, as opposed to going uphill. So and you want to have your frontal armor pointing towards them, because when you go down, you're going to be picking up speed, and you'll have your strong frontal armor. So that was 147 spotting damage. You can see we got the Black Prince, which is obviously one of the best tanks in the game, which is why you see it featured in so many high damage replays. Go after this loser. Oh! Yeah, so KV is going to learn a lesson right now. Oh, don't do this. Effervescent is what I meant. I was going to go after him. I was going to get him from behind, and I was going to kill his family. I'm going to get banned from YouTube. Yeah, so like I said, you see all that spotting damage? I got 147 spotting damage. It's a complete waste of time. And it really doesn't matter. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to go over there and spot that KV-4? Not going to spot that KV-4. I want to spot the KV-4. Oh, F you, man. Everybody have fun tonight. Playing Frontline is where I learned how to do hit and run, like how you jump behind the KV-3 and hit them in the butt, and then you run away so that they can't hit you again. Oh, man, this is not good. Oh, I hit him! Woo! Look at that amazing performance. That would have been beautiful. That would have been in the record books. Oh, I had this beautiful shot on Fisherman's Bay where I fired through a window. There was a tank like 500 meters away, and there was a building between me and him, and I lined up through the window and shot him. I posted it in the forums. You see all that, and I got virtually nothing to show for it. I was moving to get up on that ridge to spot the enemy, which means we would have won the game. But, you know, what can you do? It's a difficult map to play. I'm going to cry. I'm a high-risk player. Come on. $62. Means I need 2 good games. I'll get the gun mark. How do you say game? Joyeuse? Joyeuse? Ben. Bene is Italian. Bon. De joyeuse bon. 2 good games. 2 good deals. Bon Marché. He got the Bon Marché. Bon March. You know, I've been having good matchmaking. It's all been same tier. But then again, you know, I'm playing light tanks. When you've got the same tier, you're going to do less spotting damage. I never played the Bat Chat 12T. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look how fast I was off the line. I wanted to say who also does it, but I can't because he changed his name, and I would get banned from YouTube if I mentioned his original first name. Okay, so when you rush out through here, you want to spot through this gap over here. It's unusual to not spot anything. Oh, F that. Can't believe I crashed. And I'm going to use the rock to block him on my way out. So I took a lot of hit points. You don't want to stop. You always have to be moving. And I tracked myself apparently from falling. If you've watched my games from years ago, I used to run with the enhancements to the track. It scared the... Oh, no, don't do it now. Come on. It's my cell phone. Oh, come on. What a piece of garbage. I used to run the track enhancements so that... so that I wouldn't get tracked as much. And then you use the repair kits less often. Haven't really gotten a lot of spotting damage. You know, I should check how many people are on the server. I think there's a decent amount, but the strategy is very different when there's only a few people on the server. I hate it when it does that. That was obviously just a wild shot. You cannot hit me. Really gotta run. Get away from this guy. You don't want to run directly away from him. And you do got to be careful with the zigzagging, because the zigzagging does slow you down. But it's better to be running away at an angle. There's a trick to running away from them. I gotta remember what it is. But okay, so right here, the enemy is going to, yeah, don't worry about the auto aim, right? I got 1 out of 3. When you go at a certain angle, he's aiming in front of me, right? So if I turn to the right, he's more likely to hit me. If I turn to the left, he's more likely to miss. So that's one of the tricks you got to learn when you're running towards or away from someone, if you want to be an Unicum like me. But you already know that because all the Unicums told you. All the other streamers that know that trick. So like in this case, he's going to pre-aim to my right, so you want to zig left to get away from him. Wait. Oh. They're going to kill off my buddies. I got 33 shots. My safety is way more important, so I'm not going to, I'm definitely going to use the auto aim. Okay, maybe not. Definitely not. Definitely not going to use the auto aim. There are SPGs. Guess what I'm going to do? You do got to zigzag because they know that I'm coming this way. But I could easily get 2 SPG kills. There's not one over there. So that was the not SPG location. We're going to see if we can check out the other definite. Oh, look at that. What an a-hole. I'm going to stay in the back. Yeah, he's definitely playing. F you, man. I am so hungry. Oh, I could order breakfast. Hash browns. Oh, it's going to be such a great breakfast. Okay, so that's ELC, even 90. I believe it was 1700 spot, and that was steps. Come on, why I got to do this shit? I need to go to Food Panda and order breakfast. Breakfast. That's what my grandmother would say. Breakfast. You like a meatball? Meatball? You want a meatball? How many a meatball? I saw my grandmother write meatball down. She put Mittibole. Hey, you like a bolla? What's that Italian game where you throw the balls? Bocce? I used to play bocce a lot. You know, that's what you do when you're Italian. You throw bocce balls. And if you got the crappy ones, they fill up with water. Because you play on the beach or leave them out in the rain. Burger King is closed. Maybe they'll be open in 10 minutes. There's actually a restaurant called Lockdown Burger. So it looks like it's going to be McDonald's. Let's go for breakfast. A new big breakfast. The old one. They don't have pictures. Breakfast 1-piece chicken with egg. Doesn't that sound good? You get the chicken and the egg. Because we are in the Philippines, the breakfast includes rice. You get rice with all sorts of meals, common. Coke Zero. I see the Coke Zero. I didn't see hash browns. No hash browns. That's a deal breaker. No hash. What the F is a BFF fry? Shake fries? Why would they not have hash browns? It's 7:50 a.m. That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy Filipinos. And you can't get a burger, so. But you could get a whole chicken, whole roasted chicken if you want. $62.3. Are you ready to do something about your achy legs? Compress the socks. Scrum is dead. All hail Kanban, the new king. What happened when a kamikaze pilot returned? That must be an amazing article. Okay, so if you read the chat, you can see that the SPG has already determined that our team is going to lose. This is the ELC Even 90. This is a French Tier 8 light tank. And the map is Serene Coast. You see that nasty plow he has? So this is somewhat of a good spotting position. It's not the ideal spotting position. But, you know, you got to make your decision fast, and you got to stick with it. So look at that. Look at that. I got one. So I got 224 on the 704. Plus 191. Spotting damage. Yeah, this guy's going to make it. He's going to live. You notice that he's pointing his gun at me. What an evil thing to do, point a gun at somebody. I did get 264 on the Oho. And I got 353 on the low. I'm going to tell the Lowenbrow story. Okay, so I was in Portugal or something like that. If you know the place either in Spain or Portugal in the south where you take the boat to go over to Morocco and you rent like dune buggies or something. I guess we rented 4x4s and there were flamingos and stuff like that. So I went with some Bavarians, and I happened to ask the Bavarian lady, because back then you could ask people from a different culture a question. I know you can't do it now. And I said to the Bavarian, I said, how do you pronounce this word in Bavarian? Low, L-O-W-E. You know, in the U.S. they say Lowenbrow. She said it's Löwe, right? I said, well, how do you pronounce Lowenbrow? She says it's what? I said Lowenbrow. How do you pronounce Lowenbrow? The beer. Oh, you mean Löwenbräu. So there you have it, Löwenbräu. Now you know. Now you know German. I bet you I can penetrate that vehicle. Oh. Mon Dieu. Score is 7-2. I think the smart thing to do is to surrender. What I'm going to do is I'm going to advance. Look at that 744 on the bat chat. Pulled me up to 2,800. I am effing awesome. Goodbye. Arrivederci. No, how do you say it in French? Bon voyage. Bon voyage. Et bon voyage. Bon voyage, bon marché. I'm a native French speaker, obviously. From Nice. He's from Nice. T92 is about to get ELC'd, even 90'd. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. So because I took the little, so if you don't want to look back when you fire, you got to wait till your gun stops. And that's when you fire. But you knew that because all the popular streamers give you all that information. There's the Livenbry. Livenbry! He's about to get rammed in the rear. Oh no. This guy's about to get rammed in the rear. Bon voyage! Bon voyage! Sayonara! Sayonara! Oh, sayonara. Okay, now we'll try to ram an ally. No, you don't want to crash because then you lose your crew EXP. I might get the gun mark. This might be a gun mark for me. I did 1,400 damage, 3,100 spot. I might even get 3 gun marks. Definitely a mastery badge. Class 1. It really is hard to get the M badge. A lot of tanks you got to get like 1,500 EXP. You know, this might be a 1,200 game. See how fast it goes into the garage, the garage, la garage. I don't know how they say it in French. Oh, I didn't get the gun mark. $921, not that high. I really don't understand this. It only says 2,700. That was a really good game. Oh, I think that if it's your first victory, you get an additional included from the ×2 for the victory. I think that's what's missing. I've noticed that it's higher with the first victory. 3,100 damage, no, 3,100 spot, 64.28 for the gun mark. That means I only need a mediocre game, like 1,000 damage, or 1,200 or something like that in the next game, and I get the gun mark. So 3,100 spot, 1,400 damage. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, this game will be the gun mark. $20,000 people on the server. That's pretty good. That's good for spotting. And again, every game I've been equal tier. It's been all tier 8 games. I forgot to check McDonald's. Get me some hash browns. Okay, so at Burger King here, they have something called a breakfast Whopper. And what it is you get an egg or 2 eggs on your Whopper. And it's actually really good. And I like it. You know, the Filipinos, they love eggs. You know what it's like over here? Because I live in the city, you hear roosters in the morning. Like, depending on where you live, almost any part of the city I lived in, I would hear morning roosters. This vehicle is the ELC Even 90. This is a French Tier 8 light tank. The map is Siegfried Line. I only need a mediocre game, and I'm going to get the first gun mark, and I'm going to prove to everyone that I am the best player in the game. Skill for USA is what they call me. I believe if you're playing light tanks, you want a spot in the south. What's going on here? This guy chasing after me. You want a spot in the south. I'm going to practice a turn. Sometimes you can really keep your maintaining speed, but I got to figure out how. I mean, that one was okay. If you're playing a medium tank, I guess you could do either, but you really want to avoid light tanks in the north and avoid not taking a shower. That's another tip for you. This is actually a lifestyle channel. It's not just World of Tanks. So what you're going to do here, obviously, is stay in the low parts, knocking trees down. You don't want to knock them down at the wrong time, you know? F you, man. You want to knock them down. Oh, he killed my commander. F you, man. You want to knock trees down, but not while you're in a dangerous position. So I'm not going to be able to spot anybody. Oh, I got all zeros. I'm not going to get the gun mark easily in this game unless I do damage. So I'm going to have to play for damage. I really think that the binocs are not a good idea. I think you should go for the other spotting related features. I'm going to have to keep my distance. When you lose your commander, it could affect all your stats. And you might go bald. Yeah, like I could be spotted right now and they could be aiming their guns at me and I wouldn't even know. I'm going to go for the reload, do some zigzagging. Okay, I got to prioritize the SPG. That'll give me 400 hit points. I might have a longer reload because of my commander. He killed himself off. Score is 7-3. That's pretty good. So I'm seeing some action here in the north. I could make a run for the SPGs, but I'm afraid. This is very dangerous with this tank. You know, I was going to say Danger is my middle name. I actually know a guy named Mike Danger. Okay, I knew him because he's sort of not with us anymore. He had diabetes, and you can look him up on the internet. I have a picture of him. Rockosaurus was the name of his music group. But he was a fun guy. He did a lot of cool things. He was a cool guy to know. So that was something where I had to make a judgment call. I prioritized driving over aiming. Yeah, all the hit points are this way. So I screwed it up. I really didn't get any additional damage. Dommage, zut alors. Je ne sais pas. Looking for the safe crossing point. It's right over here. I'm not going to get the gun mark, the next game. I'll still do well because, oh yeah. Bye-bye. Bon voyage. Could you imagine if I got the gun mark? Could you imagine that? Oh, I'm going to tell you something really cool while we're here. This is how you advance on this map. You go through here. And you go this way through all these bushes. But you already know this because you watch all the amazing players. This is how a light tank advances on this map. And you can make it all the way to here. And you can even make it into this bush without being spotted. But you already knew that. Because you watch all the good scouts and all the good light tank players. You don't watch the crappy ones like me. Victory. I'm not going to get the gun mark. But, next game. Next game. You know what? I don't have the first aid kit, which is why my commander probably died. Because when you have the first aid kit, it reduces the chance that they're going to die. So what I might do, if I go game after game after game with the commander croaking, I will, you know what, I'll go like, you know what, just put the first aid kit on and keep them alive. Okay, so you got the manageable bonus to experience, but remember, this is a premium tank, and not only is it a premium tank, but these are all the zero skill BIA crew. So if you hit this, you get way more crew experience. Let's see how much damage was done. Wow, it dropped 0.7. I'm going to eat some Mentos. When I say eat, well, you know what? I actually have food, so I'll just have one. Got baked beans, which is awesome for breakfast. You see that post right there where that tank was just driving towards? That is a sniping position where you can shoot enemy tanks on the middle road. And there's another sniping position that's really cool. So because I'm not entirely paying attention, I'm just going to park over here. Where the T-62A is and where the T-95 is, there is a light post and the T-62A. Between here, you got all sorts of sniping positions over here and into here. Like from here, you can shoot through here at the tanks as they peek out over here and maybe even over here, I'm not sure. But that's why you watch my channel, right? Like this charioteer, you might be able to hit him if you were kind of in that area. Think he's going to come through? And he didn't spot me. Charioteer. Back in business. Oh, yeah. How could you have spotted me? Guess what I'm going to do? If they use an HE round and they have like a Type 5 Heavy or a mouse, they can splash it right next to you. You got to get real close. I actually did a video where I went in a training room and I bounced like off the walls and I was able to destroy tanks with the Type 5 Heavy without hitting the tank. I might have to make a run to reset the game. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good job, buddy. He gave up his life. He no like. Guy ripped me off. That was my kill he stole. He's a kill stealer. So I had to take a wild shot because I thought that he might be aimed at me. You know, I got 796 spotting and 231 damage. It's not enough to get the gun mark, but I only really need a little bit more. Charioteer. The Charioteer, it's actually called the Charioteer. He no like. Oh. And then we'll park it in a little tiny spot over here. And he's out of the game. He's a goner. He went the way of sliced bread. So we've got the SU-130PM that there's something going on over here. He needs help. So I'm going to do the right thing and ignore him. The T-77 is a heavy tank. I thought it was a medium tank. Okay, it's like the T-54E1 or something. Yeah, I have the feeling I'm not going to be able to penetrate him. Really smart of me to leave. T-32 has good turret armor, so I might not be able to do anything with that effort. Effing puffin stuff. And the T-77 is already out of the game. I put the shot in that weakened the armor, and then my allies went in and did the rest. Okay, so obviously I want to go wherever the hit points are. I'm going to go this way. Remember that the tier doesn't matter when you're doing damage, so you want to go after the weaker targets to do damage. And you know that T-30 is going to be gone by the time I get there. So we're eyeing the Tiger II. And I'm going to go in. I'm going to kill him with one carefully aimed shot at the ammo rack. And then I will kill this other loser with a carefully aimed shot. You see? Oh. Your mother. Okay, and then we're going to zigzag to avoid the SPG. Amazing zigzagging going on right here. I don't know if it's the track is damaged maybe, and that's why it's not controlling good like. You can see that these guys are totally going to go for the extra damage. Et dommage, et dommage. F you, man. If I hadn't... I screwed that up. Yeah, so if I hadn't gone for the reload or if I had done it faster, I would have gotten some additional damage. Guess what I'm going to get? I'm going to get a little star on my tank. I'm going to get a little French star. Little French star. Come on. Come on. Or a stripe. I'm going to get a barrel stripe, right? Come on. Sometimes I think the game does this on purpose. And then I'm going to order some McDonald's, eat some baked beans. Oh, man. I got to be at like 64.99 or something. 64.6. This is worth more. I should have gotten more. You know what? The issue is, I think there's lag with the gun marks. If you have a bad game, and if you have a good game, I really don't think it scales. Like, if you do 2,000 to advance 1%, and you lose 2,000, I don't think you go down 1%. That's what I'm trying to say, based on my analysis of how it works. Sometimes I have a good game and it only goes up a little bit, and then the next game I have a worse game and it goes up a lot. So there's something fuzzy math in there. So I got 1,800 spot, 1,000 damage. And that was Lakeville. It was too bad. Too bad. So now we're going to check to see if I can order hash browns from McDonald's. McDonald's, they call it McDo. From McDo. Roy Kroc. No hash browns. Oh, they have hot chocolate. Premium roast coffee. check to see if Burger King is delivering. The Burger King. You are the Burger King. In Australia, Burger King is called Hungry Jack. I might have to wait another hour for breakfast. Lavada. Minute Burger. Actually, not that bad. Minute Burger. Breakfast. Breakfast Whopper Junior Meal. Spam. Spam is very popular here in the Philippines. Spam, egg, and cheese. Spam platter meal with orange juice. If they got hash browns. Ooh, they do. So we're going to get a large with no mayo. And we're going to get Coke Zero, 22 ounce. Their large is 22 ounce. They don't have the American appetite. And maybe a breakfast Whopper. Or 2 breakfast Whopper Juniors would be cool. Extra flame grilled junior patty. So 2 breakfast Whopper Juniors, 2 Coke Zeros, 2 large hash bites. It's 515 Philippine pesos. $11.06. Queen Latifah tries a Queen Latifah sandwich. Two-year-old chef bakes cookies with Ellen. What is an upside-down cake? 49 years old, have no idea what it is. Now I know. If you want to know, you got to look it up on Google.